that have worked on something during the offseason. So the Suns here with a different look. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Frank Kaminsky comes in for Saric. Mikal Bridges checked in for Kelly Oubre. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Ricky Rubio. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for Harold. Patterson comes in for Morris. James checked in for George. And it's Cobb in for Lou Williams. Here's Cobb, and the layup's good off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 3.
The two-way game of Cobb, have to appreciate how he lets his defense turn into offense like there.
Booker outside. Kaminsky kicks to Bridges. Passes it to Payne. The tray. Offensive rebound. Booker right side. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
You have to be able to think quickly and make great decisions. And in the catch and shoot, Devin Booker doing work.
Patterson, that's good.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Payne kicks to Kaminsky. There's the pass to Payne. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Landry Shamet's checked in for Los Angeles.
Well, we know that Patrick Patterson can step away and be a force as a face-up guy, but still plenty dangerous inside.
On the wing, Booker, uncovered. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
Shamet, the pass to James. Now the feed to Patterson. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It goes on Devin Booker.
If I remember when Patrick Patterson was coming out of high school, major recruiting battle. Every school seemed to want this guy. Duke, Florida, you name it. But the Kentucky Wildcats win again.
And Phoenix making a change here. Johnson's checked in.
Oh, what a pretty pass. Throw to the open spot. Lead your teammate perfectly.
James, it's good. And he makes his first shot of the game.
And, of course, we know the history between Cobb and Junior. These two seem to have their fates intertwined. They're always going to be connected.
And, Greg, now the two rookies are playing for the same side. They've been competitive for so long, so it's nice to see them join forces. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Shot clock at 5. Payne kicks to Kaminsky. From deep three-point range. And it's Shamet with the rebound. Clippers leading by 4. James, the pass to Cobb. Connects from three-point range. Cobb's got 5.
Well, you can see the assertive shot hunting by Hendricks Cobb beyond the arc. What impressive shooting.
Pass to Kaminsky. Johnson outside. Pass to Baines. Phoenix needs to get off a shot. Bridges, no one around him. The three-pointer, no good. For the Phoenix Suns, they come into this one following a loss to Denver. And it's Shamet missing. Johnson surveying the floor. He dishes it to Payne. 1:49 left to play in the first. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Clippers in the lead. James in the post. Baines is there. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Phoenix Suns. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Clippers team.
Yeah, and the season series between these two, 4 games at all, starting tonight. A chance to stake out an advantage in the division.
Bridges inside the three-point line. Phoenix no good that time either.
And Doris, Mycareer Bridges, how about 2 national titles in the 3 seasons at Villanova? Got better each and every year.
And think about in his junior season, he becomes one of only 8 major conference players in college basketball history to average 1 block and 1.5 steals while also shooting over 40% from three-point range. Boy, that is the perfect resume for a 3-and-D wing.
Pass to Kaminsky. Now, here's Bridges. He's covered by Shamet. Johnson kicks to Bridges. From deep. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
And Cobb gets it to go. Cobb's got 8 points.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
There's 14 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And the basket by Johnson.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Here's Payne. James with some nice D. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. The Clippers on top, up by 11. And the second quarter will get underway just after this. Just catching up with Montrezl Harrell, we mentioned his activity level.
That's what I play with, a lot of passion.
Greg, I know you agree, few guys bring his brand of intensity.
And he's added skills. He's a threat to score on the blocks. He passes out of double teams. Harrell's one of the more improved players over the last few years.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And quite a position here for the Clippers to be in. What do you think, guys?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. They've got Ivica Zubac. Jackson is out there with Junior. Then there's Patrick Patterson. And it's Shamet in at the 3. Over to the wing. Here's Payne. Lays it up and banks it in. Payne's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, what a job. Punching the ball to the interior and finishing in the paint. Nice.
The drive by James and the dunk by James. Well, Greg, we know what kind of energy the Junior plays with on the floor. That's led to energy company Mobile One reaching out for him to be a spokesman.
And it just feels like all the Fortune 100 companies are reaching out to Junior. This guy's destined for greatness, and the offers are just rolling in.
Payne in the post. Patterson defending. Kaminsky. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Kaminsky's got his first points of the night. Here's James, and James throws it down.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Phoenix making some changes. Ayton comes in for Aaron Baines, and Oubre subbed in for Kaminsky. The Clippers also making some changes. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Patrick Patterson. And Georgia subbed in for Landry Shamet. Johnson kicks to Oubre. And the pass to Ayton. Back to Payne. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
For the 3. Up again. It's good on the putback.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
The drive by James. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
Sharch checked in for Phoenix. Devin Booker comes in for Cameron Payne. Now here's Booker. He's coming off a 22-point game against Denver.
And his passing was simply amazing. A lot of fun to watch.
Oubre passes to Booker. Good work defensively by Morris.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so one free throw coming up. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Jackson. For Los Angeles, they have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here. Free throw good, James. You know, Greg, you'd probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach, a defensive-minded team, but the one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I think I'd say that might have been the one difference.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
The Clippers have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
Suns trail by 19. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Pass to Ayton. To halt the run. Rubio misses.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Here's James, and the dunk by James.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Timeout called, the Suns.
And no doubt, Coach wants them to shore up their interior defense.
I think right now they're giving up way too many easy looks. That is a recipe for disaster.
One more time, give them a hand. From the inbound, the dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. That one on George.
Never afraid of a little physicality. Mr. Ayton, the and one.
The Suns shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
You know, you think back to DeAndre Ayton's college career, he demonstrated three-point range, and while he's eager to show that in the NBA, the Suns want him to attack the rim.
Some power coming from the PG.
Ah, that's right, GA. Seeing more and more of that these days. Backcourt guys who can elevate.
We know versatility is huge in this game. Just a tremendous job finishing that play. Wow.
2 open that time. Made it look too easy. Booker's got 7.
And Monty Williams said, offensively, Ayton's got to be 80% beast, 20% shooter.
The reason they say that, Greg, is they want him to exploit the elite physical tools he brings to the game. If he can draw more fouls, he can get to the free throw line. And he's such a good shooter there, it only makes sense. How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
Charge outside. And James picks up the foul. That's his first foul. So it's Los Angeles with a sizable lead as the... Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. It's checked in for Los Angeles.
James.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Saric and Ayton at the 4 and the 5. And it's Oubre in at the small forward position. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Probably the most important thing is they regrouped. They worked out some of their frustrations, and now they're starting to have some fun.
Boy, that was a momentum killer to start last season, wasn't it, Greg? 25-game suspension for DeAndre Ayton.
And he sprained his ankle in his return game. The Suns at full strength, able to win some games. He's obviously a huge part of their future. And just as Kelly Oubre was coming into his own as an NBA starter, a meniscus tear in his right knee ended his season. Now, back in action. We'll see how quickly he can recover his explosive athleticism.
And before the injury, Kelly Oubre playing a career high in minutes. 38 to 40 minutes a game with regularity. G8, do you think that load could have contributed to his injury?
Well, Kevin, all young players want those minutes, but that right knee had troubled him for a while. PRP treatment back in 2017, and perhaps some questions for the Suns training session.
Well, incredible finesse. DeAndre Ayton gets loose and does some work.
James finds Morris. Now George to the middle, and they double up James, the 17-footer. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by James.
Assisted.
And the Clippers lead by 6. And it's the Suns with the ball. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. With 3, Booker, it's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Yeah, releasing the ball at its highest point, that allows Booker to drain jumpers over people.
The drive by James and the dunk by James.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? James, the pass to Harrell. That one, no good. Some solid defense from Ayton. And it's Oubre off the drive. Here's Rubio. And that one hits back iron.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Harrell dishes to Morris. And the shot is good. Morris has got his second bucket of the night.
Well, this guy's a capable scorer from the interior. Marcus Morris, adept at using that size and touch to his advantage.
Down low, Booker. And it's sent back by George. And here we go. Fast break. James has got it. He's looking for Harrell and finds him. Outside, George. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Now, Paul George is a phenomenal catch-and-shoot guy. Measures the shot before receiving the pass. It's hard to guard.
Nice ball movement by Phoenix. And Šarić kicks to Oubre. Rubio outside. 6 to shoot. To the paint. Here's Ayton. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Ayton's got 11 in the second half.
Wow, he is lighting it up here in the second half.
George passes to Harrell. And the rejection by Ayton.
Outstanding shot blocker. DeAndre Ayton off his feet in a hurry to send it back.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Inside. And it's Harrell missing. Suns trail by 3. And it's Rubio penetrating. Oubre outside. Rubio against James. Booker the pass to Šarić. For the tie, Ayton trying to break free. Rubio misses.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
And Leonard gets it to go.
Kawhi Leonard's length lets him play bigger than his size.
So it's Rubio bringing it up for Phoenix. And the Suns call time here. And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi.
So for the Suns, Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Saric. Bridges comes in for Oubre. And it's Johnson in for Ricky Rubio. And then for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Landry Shamet comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Cobb in for George. On the wing, Booker. Zubac defending. And the rejection by Zubac. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now. And in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's three guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble, from three, and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those three guys can all hit pull-ups and step backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the three guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having to guard the three-point line.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. Noah is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's James in at the 2. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Ricky Rubio checked in for the Suns. And then for Los Angeles, Harrell, he's checked in for Noah. And it's Leonard in for Patrick Patterson. The Suns have gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. Oubre kicks to Rubio. And Ayton gets double teamed. And Rubio gets it to go on the assist by Ayton.
Well, DeAndre Ayton is a team-first guy, and boy, does he set up the open man.
Shoots from 12, and it goes down 2 points.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over, so you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Rubio finds Johnson. In the corner, it's Oubre. Looking for Ayton. He gets it in there. Score that one for him. His 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night.
Well, you can see, guys, how much confidence DeAndre Ayton plays the game with. This is especially so on the offensive end.
Morris with the bucket.
You've got to have a short memory. Put a poor first half in your rear view and now make an impact.
Phoenix has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. And Saric kicks to Oubre. And Morris comes over to help. From outside the arc, Oubre can't get it to go.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
James, the pass to Morris. Good, and the assist goes to James. James has got his 7th assist here tonight.
After an ice-cold start to this game, he is pouring it on here in the second half.
Well, Phoenix shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Saric outside. Pass to Oubre. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Ayton. Rebound by Harrell. Harrell's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's James. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Free throw good, James.
Well, you know, teams look for +6s, players whose wingspans exceed their height by a half foot. Montrezl Harrell is a 6'7" player with a 7'4" wingspan. If you're struggling with the math, ladies and gentlemen, that's a +9.
Ayton dishes to Oubre. Passes to Jerome. Just 5 to shoot. Count it. Good. And between his length and his athleticism, Montrezl Harrell well suited for that role of small ball center, Greg, in today's NBA.
Yeah, I mean, he's fearless. Even giving up a few pounds, a few inches, he'll go right at you and making steady improvements as a rebounder year over year.
The Suns making a switch here. Kaminsky's checked in, and the Clippers with a change here too. Shamet's checked in. Greg, you know, we're seeing players take control of their free agent destiny. Do players get a bad rap for that and switching teams?
Listen, I don't know if you get a bad rap, but you're going to catch the wrath of the fan base. You think of Paul George in Indy or KD in OKC, and fans, they're going to feel jilted. There's no doubt about it. They're going to feel scorned.
Yeah. Carter, the pass to Oubre. Kaminsky with the ball. Poked loose. Here's James. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Free throw good, James. Bridges, he's checked in for Oubre. And James drills them both. You know, you look at the 2020 class for the Basketball Hall of Fame, Greg, some great names, headlined by Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant. I mean, historic players.
And all the more emotional, Kevin, having Kobe enshrined after his tragic passing. But when you look at the accomplishments of this class, arguably the most decorated that the Hall of Fame has ever seen.
And, Greg, you've gotten a bird's eye view. You've gotten a front court view. You've had a chance to be alongside these Hall of Fame players.
Incredible talents, great people, and truly they've been terrific ambassadors for our game.
Green finds James. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
It's just hard to believe that someone can perform at such a high level. They've got to thank him for this lead.
Free throw good, James. And the league taking steps to discourage teams, Greg, from tossing away seasons in search of high draft picks. Has enough been done, you think, in that regard?
We'll see. I tell you, the idea of a play-in
that's
tournament
a tough one, isn't it?
For the last few playoff spots, I think that's a good idea, actually. It might keep more teams in the hunt down the stretch. And I think the onus also, if the fans put enough pressure on their teams to try to develop what they have and not always put it on the future, I think that's going to help. But I think you're going to always have a little bit of that moving forward.
And so Green will bring it up for the Clippers. Back to James. Feeds to Green. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. James has got his 8th assist in the game.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long. Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
James kicks to Green. It's good. Green's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, that's not the guy you want guarding him at the rim. Just too much of a differential in terms of size.
And there's the pass to Bridges. Now, Kaminsky. Carter outside. Just 5 on the clock. Jerome passes to Diallo. It's good.
And one team is just completely.
So the Clippers winning this one easily. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldrin, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And we'll see you next time.